Hi guys, I'm Rory Kruger and I'm with you for the London live session. And so let's just do a quick wrap up of the trades that we took this morning in the London live sessions at Traders Haven. What you're looking at is the US dollar Swissy 4-hour chart, and this was a really beautiful trade setup, guys. We've been seeing it bouncing around inside this range between the 61 and the 50% fib levels. So what we did this morning in the live sessions, we said, well, okay guys, let's put a limit order here at the 50%, and if we get pegged out on that and get put into a trade, well then you know what, we're going to write it down as far as possible. We put it about 5 or so pips above the 61% over here, because you never know if it's going to touch the whole way down considering the candle bodies just recently. So that's what we did. We got put into a trade at the 50%. As you can see, never really tested as much. I think we went most about 6 or so pips against us. We had about a 15 pip stop loss up there. Beautiful trade, went all the way down. Look, this trade, guys, we did on a full lot. We recommended in the room because it was a really nice looking setup. Hadn't broken this 50% before, so we did a full lot on this one. We took out a third of the trade on the way down here at this candle body. We took another third on the way down here, and the rest was taken out at our take profit just above the 61.8. So a really beautiful trade. We just love it when we get these sorts of trades happen in the live room. We call them in advance and they work out beautifully like that. Alright, so let's have a look at a couple others that we're in. We're still in this one at the moment, the euro dollar trade. Have a look at that. Alright, you can see where we got in. This is a correlation trade, guys. Remember, we got in on that Swissy short, so we should have been looking at the euro for a long, and we were. And we noticed that the euro was touching this 44.57 level, which was really important to us because it had the previous resistance through here and right back as well, down to about the 17th of December last year. So this was a really important level. We saw it touching before, again, really not piercing through it with any real momentum. So when we saw that happening, what we did is, you can see, we put our limit order to go long just above that line at 60. So 144.60 is where we wanted to get in, and you notice that we got put into that trade. And so when we were looking at this trade to go to the long side, our first target area to take a third of the trade off was at this 200. But when we noticed that the PPA was up at the top here with a 365, what we did was we took half our trade rather off at the 200. Again, this was a full lot trade because it was a really good looking setup. Had broken that declining trend line as well. So this was a trade we were interested in on a full lot. So we took half our profit off, as you can see already here. Stop loss is just a little bit below. We're gonna, just after this this video, we're gonna move our stop loss up to break even on the rest, the remaining half, and hopefully we're gonna get triggered out at our target just below the 365 there on the euro. Fine, let's have a look at the last trade that we got into today, and that we're out of it at the moment. We got taken out in profit on this one, and that is the pound yen 4-hour. Now, you can see exactly why we got into this trade easily enough. Confluence of indicators of support here. Look at the 89, look at the 365, look at the 200, and we're sitting roughly right where? At the 147 level. So that's exactly what we were looking for, and what we did was we got in at 14700 on this candle tail down here. And we were hoping for a pullback and a close above the 200, and we got it, and so we were really happy. We had our stop loss just below the 382. As you can see, it never really came anywhere close to us, never threatened our stop loss. We took out at 170 pips profit. We got out of the trade completely at 80 pips odd at this 23% roughly there. Sorry, about 100 pips at the 23% there. We took out half the trade, and then we let ride another 80 pips, and then we took out the rest. The point is, why we got out there was, if you look through this area here, look at the level, you can see it's a logical level to find some resistance. Now, we don't know if it's going to blast right through, but look how close that declining trend line is as well to the level of resistance. So because of this factor, we decided, 170 pips in profit, we're happy. We took the rest of our trade off, and so that was a good profitable trade on the pound yen as well. So we had a slightly slow day yesterday, only about 80 pips out of the day, but today has proved to be a very profitable trading day, and that's just the London session. So we still have the New York session with Chimaburi coming up later. We hope to see you guys in the New York session. Come join us, and we're going to profit and trade together. Cheers.